My name is Michael Sanchez. I'm 71 years old. I grew up in Fascist Spain under General Franco rule. And this is my story. My father was a Republican, right? He was a commanding general in the Republic Army, and he was opposed against fascist ruling. While my father was fighting, my mother was like a single parent family. She was looking after me. Most of the time we hiding in different places, safe, we live in La Linea in this particular time, which I remember. There used to be a hole in the wall, and we used to hide there for days on end. And we're planning all the time for years and years how we're going to get through the Spanish frontier into the British frontier, into safety. And that was horrendous. During the planning and growing up in Spain, in this little village called La Linea, Franco and his army, we used to call his like the Gestapos, they were such a strong and powerful group of people that I have to be so careful who I speak to, who I mix with, what I'm saying. And every time I could smell the danger behind me. So I have to be very careful what I did and where I did go and who I mixed with. And it was horrendous. Danger, it was just round the corner. My life, it was very, very unsettled as a child. It's not very nice to grow up as a child with a anti-fascist father, mother, anti-fascist parents. It was very, very difficult and very dangerous to live in that sort of situation. I remember after the Second World War, which Franco still very much, in power, and everyone was scared of Franco, what he did, the help that he gave to Hitler and everything. So Franco was very much, like we used to say, emotion, And I remember as a child vividly, one day I was at this school, and I remember these soldiers coming in, and other soldiers, a special brigade it was called, and these soldiers came into these two houses. They took these men out, the father, and they actually took him out, put it up against this bar, and they shot them because they found out that he was talking against Franco and they were anti-fascist, And as a child, to see somebody shot in the head with a .22 revolver, it was a horrendous thing to see, I've never forgotten that, never in my life. The secret police was even involved in the church. They used to be dressed as fathers, priests. And they had a gun and in one pocket and the rosary on the other, all dressed up in black. And they used to patrol all around the market square. And if anybody dared to speak against Franco or against fascist, he was taken to whatever place and he was shot. You will never see them again, never. And this was the life which I was growing in, So it was imperative that the next step is plan, into safety. My father, he came from Tangier into Gibraltar. How he did it, he never told me, but he managed to get into Gibraltar. And then he got a job in Gibraltar, and he started to plan so we can escape from La Linea, the Spain, into Gibraltar, British colony. And my father we actually became penniless because we give to this all our wealth to this family which we thought we could trust. Little we knew they were fascist people, you know, and we give all our monies and all our wealth. My father gave all his money, and my mother gave everything to this family. And as actually it was my mother attempt to go through the Spanish aduana, is the border, you know, that's aduana is the name for. He was caught by the Spanish, as we used to say, the Gestapo, the Spanish police. He was put in prison. My mother was put in prison, and he was beaten to a pulp. It's only by luck that the people which was left looking after me in Spain, we knew another group of men like the resistance, and they attempt to get my mother out, and they got my mother out. And my mother got out of the neck after prison, and then we waited for another week, and this second time my mother attempted to go through again, but this time we didn't go through the aduana. We went through the railing, through the wire, you know, through the railing. We actually did it by Gibraltar Bay, illegally, you know. And I was then, they dressed me up as a girl, because by this time they let me grow long hair and ringlets, you know, ringlets. They call Spanish called tirabuzón, the ringlets. And I was trained how to speak like a girl, walk like a girl, behave like a girl for a long time. And this lady took me legally through the aduana, to the Spanish border, dressed up as a girl. I never forget that, but I was very scary, think I might even get caught myself. But eventually we did it. It was painful and it was dangerous. I will never forget, but you know, we did it. And then the next thing is history, really, you know. Once we were in Gibraltar, then we planned other things, you know, better things to come. Here you go.